Hey, you guys, I'm going to show you how to make the bushing here. I'm going to explain why we need a bushing first. So the center of the bearing is hollow, and what we want to do is make a wooden hub or cap out here so you can hold on to it. And the problem is that if we just put a piece of wood on here, this part in the middle is going to be the part that doesn't move, the middle inner race. The outer race is going to be spinning really fast. And if you just put a piece of wood on here to attach to the inner race, it's going to rub on the outer race. So we have to make it so that anything we add on here only touches the inner race and doesn't touch the outer race. So there's a lot of ways to do this. You could use a washer. You could make something. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to print a little piece on the 3D printer called a bushing that will take care of that for us. It's also going to go in the hole here and keep our whole assembly of our hub and our screw and our nut lined up with the bearing center. So it's going to be an important part here. And this kind of stuff, anybody that skates, you guys have probably worked with these little pieces that come with the bearings when you're changing bearings. So this is really common pieces. You could buy these off the shelf, but we're going to make our own with the 3D printer. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is start a sketch. So we're going to put a sketch here. We're going to put our sketch on the YZ plane, which is this left plane over here, and it's going to rotate. And so now we're looking at the side of the spinner, which is cool. But we want to sketch something in the middle here. We're going to make it fit inside the bearing and fit this inner race. So we really want to cut this open. So we're going to use the slice tool over here on the right. We're going to click slice, and you can see it slices everything open real nice here. And you can see what's going on. So there's the inner race there. There's the ball. There's the outer race. Pretty cool. I'm going to hide the rotors because we just want to look at the bearing right now. And we're going to go up to create, and we're going to use a tool called project include. So we want to get the inner edges of the inner race. And the best way to do that is to go to this tool called intersect. Click intersect. We're going to go over to our sketch palette and choose construction line type. So this tool is going to create some construction lines for us. And over here it says intersect, there's geometry select. We want to choose bodies. So it's going to select the whole body. And the body that we're going to choose is this inner race here. And you can click anywhere on there. And so what it does is as soon as you click that inner race, that body, it's going to, any place that body intersects our sketch, so touches our sketch, it's going to draw some construction lines. And so I'm going to hit OK. And you can see there's some stuff drawn, some points. If I turn off the visibility of the bearing, you can see what it drew. So it basically drew the outline of that inner race on the top and the bottom. So now we can go ahead and actually sketch our piece that's going to fit in here. So now we're going to draw a line here. Make sure you turn your construction line type off. You want it unhighlighted like that. Click at the origin, go straight up till you hit that construction line. I'm going to click there again and draw it to the left. I want to go to the end of the race. So now here, I want to go under here. If I put my mouse on there and come back down, it'll highlight it. Boom. Then I'm going to go up. I want to go up till I hit the edge of the race right there. And then I got to draw one more line. I have to start the line, click, go to the left. This is going to be zero point 0.5 millimeters. And that's I hit enter there. That's the actual space that we're going to put. So this is what spaces our other pieces away from the bearing so they don't rub right there, that distance. You could make it a little bigger if you wanted, but zero point 0.5 works for me. I'm going to keep using the line tool. I'm going to go back down here to the x-axis. And then we need to close this. And if you recall, when we revolve things, you want to have a center line. So this will be our center line down here. So I'm just going to hit the line tool. I'm going to choose the center line option and draw a line across here on the bottom. Okay. So there's your sketch. It's pretty nice. It's only got one dimension in it. Very simple. You can finish your sketch, go to your home view. And then if you did the center line correctly, you can just hit revolve and it's going to spin it. If you didn't do a center line on the bottom, you might have to click the axis tool and go pick the line. Um, and when you do this revolve, let's do a new component. So we're going to make this a new component right here. And you can hit OK. Wait for it, wait for it. And then you'll see over here, it shows you this new component 6, or I'm not sure what number it'll be. You can click on this. Let's rename it. We're going to call this the bushing. Um, so there's the bushing. I'll turn the bearing back on so you can see how it fits together. So it just fits on here. Let's put a material on this. So I'm going to right click on the bushing, physical material, um, and I'm going to go to plastic. And there's a generic plastic in here. You can use whatever plastic you want. Honestly, they don't have the exact plastic we have, but I'll just use this generic plastic. Okay, and so there we go. Now, this bushing is cool. It needs a hole though. So we're going to put a hole in it. We use the hole tool. Click on the front face of the bushing, and then drag this down. If you drag it down to the center line, that point right there, it'll snap in there. Make sure it's in the center. And then we're going to drill a hole in here. This is going to be we're going to do a 2. And then we have to click where it's going to go to. Well, where it's going to go to is in here, this inside circle. That's how far it's going to go through. And it's going to be a simple hole. The hole tap type is going to be clearance because we want to fit a screw through here. And drill point doesn't matter. Down here, ANSI metric M profile. The fastener type, let's do oval head machine screw. And then our size is going to be M3. Our fit is going to be close. We want this to be a tight fit on the screw, so it's very precise. We don't have things flopping around in there. And then you can hit OK. So there's the bushing. I'll turn the bearing off so we can see again what it looks like. So it's just a little piece like that. It's basically a little hat with a hole in it. These take about 5 minutes to print, so pretty nice. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to turn the bearing back on. One thing I need to do here is I need to constrain these together. So you could use a joint, but it's already in the right place. So making a new joint would be a little like bit of a waste of time. So here's a trick you can do. I'm going to go in the browser. I'm going to click the 608 bearing, hold Control, and click the bushing. And then I'm going to right click, and there's a tool in here called rigid group. And this just applies a rigid constraint to things uh, where they are. So I'm going to do that, rigid group, and include child component. Just hit OK on that. And then there they are. And then you can grab this and it doesn't move. Now for the bushing, we do need 2 of them. So I've got a front one. I need to make one on the back. So I'm going to use my move copy tool. Make sure you have components selected. Again, this is really important or it won't create another component. I'm going to choose this guy, choose create copy, drag it out here. And then I'm going to go ahead and spin it into position. I can use this little circle guy here and spin this 180 degrees. Boom. And then I'm just going to joint this in here. J for joint. Make sure it's rigid. Inner hole. Boom. Go in here to this inner hole. Boom. And then you got your bushings on there. Okay. And so you can see the bushings, they cover the inner race. And then you can see they stick out a little bit past the outer race. So anything we attach here it won't rub the outer race of the bearing, which was the goal. Okay, so go ahead and save this thing, and then go on to the next video, and I will show you there how to make the hub, which is basically a cap for you to put your fingers on. And then after that, we'll attach a few fasteners and we'll be done. Good luck. Have fun.